Hello. Hello. Welcome on in and welcome on back. I hope that you are having a wonderful Saturday evening or whatever time it is where you may be. You're watching this. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're remembering to stay hydrated, stay fed, get some sleep, take care of yourself the best that you can. We are back in Ace Attorney today. Hopefully finishing up the third case of the second game, Ace Attorney Justice for All. Just Turnabout Big Top. Our eccentric cast of characters. The mysterious death of the ringmaster. The ethereal levitation of the presumed murderer, Maximilian Galactica, fleeing the scene of the crime. Or was it? All shall be revealed on this episode of Ace Attorney. So without further ado though, let's get right back into it. Managed to get through the trial pretty well. Not too much trial and error. Didn't hit a game over. Don't have like 1 health left. So that's pretty good. But now we're back to the investigation. So let's see what we can uncover about what really happened that night. December 29th, 3:03 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Oh, this is directly after the trial, okay. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. Got a confession to make. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. First, she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Elementary school magic right there, Maya. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow! How do you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. That's true. Alright. Let's see. So let's go to the circus entrance first. You hear that? It sounds like 2 people arguing. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. All right, let's go. Row your boat. Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't going to work. You enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. You can't handle something as simple as this. What are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we're trying to sing in a round of our new ventriloquist act. In a round? Can you really do that? That's incredible. See, even they're surprised by the idea, told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once you got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. Yeah, okay. I know that you already testified in court today. Want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben? Oh, yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What do you have? What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought that it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If I had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Okay, so the puppet is both a sadist and a masochist. Good to know. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So, how's this new routine working out? Will you just take a chill pill already? Our routine's a secret. We're gonna take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. Let me make one thing clear. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. Mark my words, I, Trillo Quist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory. Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? You gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. Gotta be part of this too. Streamers do a nice job introducing the circus performers. Notice we've seen this before. Climbing up to the top. I don't think that was why. Got caught on a streamer maybe? I'm still thinking. Check out the big top for now. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I just, allergic to wild tigers. I don't think there's anything new here. I can see. No. Seats. Okay, yeah. Let's go to the ringmaster's room. See if we can look at that piece of paper now. Max and the ringmaster had their talks in this room. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? You may not know this, but they call this a tailcoat. And they call this the face of someone who already knew that. What? A scrap of white paper sticking out of the coat pocket. Where? Calm down, Maya. You can't just go rummaging through people's coats. You always make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. Come on. The man's dead. The least we can do to try to solve his murder is rummage through his belongings. I swear if that little piece of paper actually becomes important and it just won't let you grab it until the right time, I'm gonna be so annoyed. That is like peak, well, this game count, early 2000s? Yeah, yeah. Design right there. Mud caked on the table. Alright, well for now, I don't think there's anything here. Oh, actually, hold on. We didn't go to the cafeteria. See if there's anyone new here. It's still all dusted up. You still haven't cleaned this place up yet? If Pearlie got one look at the state of this place, she'd slap whoever was in charge across the face. Remind me to never invite her to my office. This also doesn't have anything. Alright. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. You have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Francesca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself.
No way, Belle. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way.
Why are you defending her?
Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up. Poof. There she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up.
Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight.
He's directly above us as we speak.
Huh? How's that possible?
According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal.
Oh, I see. Who lives in that room behind the window up there?
The acrobats got this room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Mr. Von Karma's gonna start an investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobats room, got it, pal?
Franziska Von Karma. When she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Let's go to Mo's room. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into this room. I'm sure you wouldn't have heard him laughing away. Ha 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 ha. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. You know, somehow I don't think that is the case. Nothing that looks particularly interesting here. Yeah, I can't even do that. What's this rope? Neat clown equipment is funny looking. It's got a balancing ball, a unicycle, he's even got a trampoline. But they're all broken. Well, you've got to give them all a shot. Trying is the most important thing. He sure seems to have tried them all, but are any of them useful? He seems to be a voracious reader. Look at all the hard books he has here. Clowns for Dummies, The Joke's on You, Treat Your Peons Right, and the classic Funny Jokes Are Funny. Wow, Mo's very studious. The joke's on you, huh? The joke's on you, huh? Mo could be the killer. I gotta give it to him. Slipping on a banana peel 100 times a day, that's incredible. Maybe I should try giving it a shot myself. I guess I'll start out by juggling. Maybe you should start with spirit channeling? Just a thought. Alright. Very interesting. Yeah, we still don't know what caused this. Look at that ceiling. It looks like someone punched a hole in it. You're right, I wonder what happened. I don't even want to imagine what goes on in here. Okay, I can't go to... Oh, it just won't let me. Alright, well, I guess we'll go to the detention center then. See if we can talk to Max. Otherwise, it's gonna be just clicking on everything.
Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place?
We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there.
A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special.
Really? What kind of TV special?
Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live.
Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special.
But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real.
Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law.
That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky, it's not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me.
Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying?
You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. Except for the time you didn't in the court lobby, but... I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think.
I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you.
Anything for you, sweetie.
Be friends with the other performers in the circus.
Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them?
But...
I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix.
International Grand Prix?
Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at the circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate.
Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears.
A little bit. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring.
We're sorry to make you tell it again.
You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling the story.
Did you actually win the Grand Prix then?
But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila, here, take a look at this. I just happened to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me.
How interesting.
Just look at that fabulous stage.
We've got a hat, we've got roses, and we've got the cape. Seemingly, that would be him, but I wonder if it's not quite.
That is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim.
Wow.
Wait a second.
The stars on his cheek. I didn't see those in there. Maybe his face was turned too much.
And by the way, I think everyone who's a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus.
It's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy?
With what money?
That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya.
My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail.
Learn how to get thrown in jail? Yeah. There's no stars on his cheek in that one. How interesting.
Could be just an overlooked detail. But also the way that his hand is... Again, that could be just the old artwork. But the way he's holding the trophy is also a little weird. Well, no, but that person's things are interesting. It's probably nothing. But it could be something. Alright. Oh, does pepper mean anything to you? What about this? Fabulous. You'd like me to sign this for you? This wooden box, do you know anything about that? What about this? Nothing. Alright. Well, let's go back to here. Would you mind taking a look at this? It's... I guess we won't need you to look at this after all. Okay. How about Pepper? Taking a look at this? No. Alright. You know what this wooden box is? No. Alright, well. Got anything new here? Nope. Oh, that's interesting. So there must be more. Messed that up. Oh, there's been a difference here.
All right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria.
Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood.
All right, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy.
Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction?
Bzzzt, wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what's your answer?
Because they're in the cafeteria.
Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it.
What's going on? He's being too nice.
Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me I didn't think it was gonna be so tough.
Tough?
Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning, I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing.
You even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke.
Exactly. How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that?
I don't think you got the pitch. I just don't think you can sell it. Are you 100% sure about your testimony today?
I saw what I saw, I swear. That creep just
Flew through the air?
It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max.
I don't see a Psylocke. Or a Psyche-lock. You must be telling the truth.
Not this picture. Showed it to you guys too.
Huh? You've seen it as well?
Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous.
Oh, is it now?
It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness.
He's got a big bust? I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust, not that I'm into that sort of thing. Ah, Phoenix. You and Edgeworth, I'm not so sure you can say that you're not into that sort of thing.
Max's bust should be on that small table over there.
Oh, there's nothing over there.
Really? Oh yeah. When was it? It's about 5 days ago all of a sudden. The bust disappeared.
Oh, did it now? Conveniently disappeared. And then someone with the face of Max floated away.
It disappeared? You want to see it? There's a photo on the bulletin board over there.
Ah.
Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me.
Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it.
Aww.
Max G bust added to the court record.
Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see.
I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's setting up a bad joke.
Nope, I'm drawing a blank here.
Quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book.
I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there is this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different.
Tell us.
Well, on the morning of the crime over at the bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center.
Piece of paper? Does it look like a ransom note?
It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title.
Yikes! It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? We are investigating a murder, Phoenix.
Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it's been ripped off. I don't know who posted it.
When did you find this?
The morning before the murder.
The morning before the murder?
Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered.
Who in the world posted this thing? To the murderer.
Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead.
Indeed. Hold on a second. It won't let me. Hey, y'all. Can I present you with this?
Would you mind taking a look at this?
Okay, no, apparently not. Do you want to look at this? No.
I could take it to him too. Let me actually go talk to Mo some more. Hey Mo. Anything about Pepper? Don't know anything about that. After all, I'm just a clown. I can see Mo's a clown, but I've got the feeling he's not your average clown. Alright. Well, let's go back to the detention center then. Can I present to you this note? Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company. It was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned it incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it in the pocket of his tailcoat. How did I know? Can I finally get the obvious piece of paper in the tailcoat? Why even give me the option to point it out if I can't use it? Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved in the pocket of the tailcoat. We've only interacted with it like 3 or 4 times by now. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. And why was the ringmaster a murderer, potentially, allegedly? Did they have to... I'm remembering, and I'm thinking... Didn't they used to say they had a lion that they had to kill? Or am I just completely making that up? I'm just completely hallucinating it. Like ChatGPT or something like that. Alright, well, we have the note. No, Gumshoe's back. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual.
Well, I'm done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. With Ms. Von Karma.
Uh-oh. Nick, what is that beeping sound? Is there a little red dot
that's gone to the forehead of Gumshoe there. It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? You don't mind, pal. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Quick! See ya, pal!
I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. I've seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. Doing biting his— ow! Just biting his lashes from a whip.
Oh boy.
Von Karma.
She really did appear.
It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you?
Tomorrow will be the day. The day my dream finally comes true.
You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news?
National news. You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix, right? Your miserable plight will be known internationally.
I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh?
Huh. I'm amazed you picked up on that much.
Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head.
I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints?
Conclusive witness? You mean the acrobat, right?
I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. Can't worry about her. I'm gonna try and find out more information myself.
Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? Doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this? Or any other conversation?
Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about?
You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix, right? I have to see him again. One more time. Him. I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth.
What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Why would you even bring him up?
You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth?
Manfred von Karma?
Exactly right. It was my papa.
That means that Edgeworth was...
Right again. Miles was like a little brother to me.
Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. A little after that case was over, he vanished.
It's your fault he's gone.
Huh?
It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death. You could have put death in quotes. Edgeworth was never quite the same after the case, and then
with the case after that one. He never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death.
Oh.
That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this one. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again. Okay? Nick. Miss Von Karma? But I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not. But I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick, let's go. I need to go talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick.
Jeezums. You got some birds. Also, are you in a wheelchair?
You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro.
Mr. Acro? How do you know my name?
The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here.
Acro, you're a member of the circus as well.
That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope, or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair.
Acro, why did you join the circus?
When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. Ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver.
Seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint.
Probably not. I seem to think the letter was targeted towards him.
He was. That's why I decided to do something very important.
I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life.
It's such a shame.
Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter.
I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina's so cute. She's truly a princess.
Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing?
Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina?
Maybe. Interesting.
I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair?
The nerves in my legs were badly damaged.
And you can't walk now?
I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself.
That's awful.
The accident happened during an acrobatics session, right? Oh. There's 3 locks. I doubt I'm going to have the answers I need for that. Psyche locks. Doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. And what's on your mind, Mr. Wright?
Well, exactly when were you injured?
It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my leg during practice.
6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then?
I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday.
Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder?
Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream.
Huh?
I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw.
What you saw? Geez, that sounds really ominous. What did you see, Acro?
That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window.
I see. That scene of the crime was right below your window.
That's when I looked out the window.
What did you see?
Oh. He was flying straight up into the air.
He?
Maximilian Galactica.
What? That's what I thought he'd say.
You're absolutely positive that was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
Nick?
Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about him.
Or we won't even look at it. It's like something's really weighing on him.
What's this?
That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder.
In the cafeteria?
What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious.
It's got something to do with her. You should go straight to the source.
Her?
Regina. Ask her about it.
Ah. Does this mean anything to you? What do you think of this?
I'm sorry, but in my present physical condition, I don't really know much about what goes on outside of this room.
Oh, we're sorry.
Don't worry about it. No need to apologize.
Interesting. I guess we have to go find...
Hey, do y'all know anything about this?
Would you mind taking a look at this?
Oh no. I think I might have tried that. Okay.
Can I ask you about Acro, though?
No. Cool.
Ah, okay. Here we go.
Sounds like the tiger is around. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, Nick!
Wonderful. Today's special must be Filet-O-Phoenix.
Stay, heal! Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake.
Mistake?
Yeah, little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. And I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much.
I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father.
That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while.
Huh? For a while?
Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens.
Leon did, yeah. The line. Star?
That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone.
Oh, you like the night, huh? When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kinda sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that.
What do you mean there's no way I believe that?
Once again, Maya is psychic, or Phoenix whispers those very loudly.
Do you think that one day I'll be a star too?
Of course.
You really think so?
Yeah, you will. I think.
I've got a feeling that everyone's doing great up there in the sky.
I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. My money would be on not.
Just to go back and clear something up, why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me.
I'll get it for you.
Leave it all up to us.
There's no turning down that request.
Yay, you're really gonna do it?
So what's this about? Regina, have you ever seen this before?
I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while.
It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket.
I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time.
Breakfast time?
Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning.
Oh?
That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I'd go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast.
And that's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket?
Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket.
And then what?
I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so...
You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you?
I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know?
So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen?
The morning of the murder, I think?
That explains a lot.
I wonder who wrote this.
Interesting. ask you about Acro?
It's Acro. Is he in his room today?
Yes, he is. We just came back from meeting with him.
I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze.
The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right?
Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the Acrobat.
That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina. Regina seems to like Acro just fine. That is interesting. Present.
There's no denying it, Max is cool. I want to try flying someday with Max.
They've already flown off into their own little world.
Nick, I want to try flying too.
Okay, I'll think about it. Okay. Interesting. Do you know anything about...
That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria.
Huh? It's from the cafeteria?
It's not? I remember seeing it there.
So this was the cafeteria's Pepper.
You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper.
Ah, do you know what this is?
What about this? I'm not really good at figuring out hard things. Really? You too? But you're such a good talker.
I never expected Maya to make a new friend in a strange place like this. Alright. Any more? No. Okay. Is Mo here?
Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Bistro du Cirque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here, and those burgers look great.
She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster.
My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell.
Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power.
Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you going to do? That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you?
Like how he was adopted when he was younger?
He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he couldn't go on.
He said he couldn't go on. He was that upset?
Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying out in the ringmaster's shoes.
Oh?
What, really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo? All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know...
A tragedy? You know, what is he talking about? Get over the murder? Get over what tragedy, Mo?
Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing at all.
It must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right?
Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang, correcto mundo.
Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us?
No, not at all. What makes you think that?
Just the way you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? So now we're getting closer to the truth.
It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident.
Give me a break. Us old men have accidents.
Give us a break, us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason.
6 months ago, eh? I wonder. Alright, let's save here. Let's see if I can actually make this work. I don't think we could have done acros. I think we need this. And this is also only 2, so it might help a little bit. Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago.
What in the world went on at this?
What in the world went on at the circus?
Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead.
Fortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Really, Phoenix? Try to watch your figure or something? But grilled chicken is still good, so.
Actually,
I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Well, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? What about this?
looks tasty. What? You know, the burgers.
Maybe an accident. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. Yeah, I don't think I have it. I mean, it could be the note. Let me go. I'll be back. Oh, I haven't presented him with the note.
Let's see here. To the murderer, that's far from polite. Where did you find the rest of this note anyway?
It'd be best if I didn't tell Mo where we found it. Don't worry about it, Mo.
I didn't need to worry about it. You shouldn't have shown it to me.
Okay. Alright, you have nothing else? You don't know anything about that. You know about acro? You are not helpful at all. Maybe I need to go back to the detention center. Let's see. Maybe. Some more water here. Staying hydrated.
You must have taken Max in for questioning again.
Isn't anything we need to ask him right now anyway.
You're right. I guess alright, let's go then.
Okay. Alright. So that means that we must have to go somewhere else. In Acro's room. Regina.
She's cool, isn't she? And can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer?
Seems animals are not the only thing she tames.
Huh?
Max, the ringmaster, Ben. She's got them all under her thumb.
What do you mean by that?
Maybe I went a bit overboard. It's just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child.
I'd say it seems that way.
That's why she can be so cruel.
What?
Regina is just like the animals she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel.
I wonder what happened between Acro and Regina.
Indeed. The ringmaster really believed in Mo, 100%. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster's gone? The beginning of the Lawrence Curls era, I suppose.
I wonder if it's really alright to let Mo run the show.
Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect.
You can see right through me. Aw, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're an attorney. I was hoping you could shed some light on Ben.
Well, he'll always be here. And as long as he's here, he really can only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I can't really say. You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him.
What about you, Acro?
I've got my issues with him as well. But he just also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul.
A diamond shining in his soul?
I guess you could say it's his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came.
Acro. This guy's really different from the other members of the circus.
He is.
I don't think I can fix that either. I can try this, but I really don't think I know what happened. I really don't think I have the evidence that I need about the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured?
I'm sorry. I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice.
An accident during practice?
Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries.
He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? I don't want to do it because I really don't think I have what I need. Alright, Acro, just tell me the truth.
Mind if I ask you a question first?
What do you want to know?
Do you really think I could get an injury like this from something like that?
Alright, well. I don't have the evidence. Alright. I really don't know where we're going. Okay. Is there anything new in Mo's room? Mo's not here. Sound I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Oh, it's the monkey. Nick, it's money. Oh, there you go. Like a freaking Hisoka jacket. That monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey. Attorney style. Give it back, monkey brain. That means a lot to Regina. A real man wouldn't make a little girl cry. Yikes. What? Tried to have a man-to-man talk with him. I really did. You know, man-to-man isn't really accurate. It was more like man-to-monkey. Nick, you... I swiped it while Money was distracted. Oh, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it. Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then I'll take you in as the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Well, I guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. It's not my size at all. Interesting. Okay. Do you know anything about this costume? No. Does Acro know anything about the costume? Actually, can I ask about the monkey first, actually? Money's a great friend to me. And that pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies. But I seem to be pretty popular with the animals. Interesting. Interesting. What do you think of this? Okay, so he doesn't recognize it. Let's move. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt to mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. It was the lion's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Yeah? We talk about Leon? Leon was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Oh. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down and then he opened his mouth, you know? Gah! Usually when he did that, I would put my head in his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that, and always start screaming. Sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Ah, there we go. 6 months ago for biting a performer. Okay. The question is, whose do I go for first? Oh, it's listed as evidence. Okay.
Let's see what I can do. See if I figure this out.
Well, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus?
Okay, there's no need to look scary when you ask me.
Actually, Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of the accident, would it? I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? Someone used pepper. It was premeditated to make the lion sneeze. I can see it now.
How did you... I told him so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts.
Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right?
Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along he never could say no to her.
Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't climb up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head?
Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything.
You promised?
He's involved in this too.
He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything? Well, I know... Oh, well, this is gonna be a game over anyway, but... It must have been Acro, right?
How?
Okay.
How'd you know?
Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster.
No way.
I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please, tell me what you know.
Sorry, Acro.
It is a leg. Alright, I got some health back at least.
It's just like you said, you know, the accident.
Did someone die?
No, but it would have probably been better if he had.
Jesus. What? How would that have been better?
He's still alive. But when he got bit, he suffered a massive...
Huh? Massive brain damage?
Never recover from the coma that he's in.
Huh? Coma?
All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do.
I see. How is this related to Acro?
He's his
Brother.
brother.
Oh. I see. Well, that took an unexpected turn, to say the least. I thought it's like Leon bit his leg. You know. Like bit Acro's leg. I didn't realize there was another person we hadn't met yet. Murderer, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Huh?
The person who got bit was Acro's brother.
Brother?
They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team cut down together in their prime.
Who is Acro's younger brother?
John Dingling. But everyone always called him Bat. Fell in love with Regina, trying to win her love was his downfall.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone seems to fall
in love with Regina.
6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon."
Why'd he do that?
I don't know. And that's what caused the accident.
I'll never forget that moment. So strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. No, he wasn't smiling. Definitely wasn't smiling. Definitely wasn't smiling. You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he went down, he was smiling. The pepper, huh? The pepper. Some sick grin. No way, that's impossible. Smirking lion? A flying murderer? Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all of his incredible invents? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious, what was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in a mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka, 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 shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Achoo! Yep, there we go. Nice, what a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Curly, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Well, it depends. Do you believe Silk Song is gonna release this year? Oh boy. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. But Bat? From my point of view, those two always looked so perfect together. They look perfect together, huh? Well. Will you talk about Bat? What do you think about this person? Sorry? I've already given my heart to another man. So I'm not interested in enrolling in your dating service. I just want to know if you knew this person. Alright, well. There's one more to go. Oh, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? I'm back because Ack was hiding while his legs were injured. So I should have the information I need now. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about. So fire away. That's a fairly good indication that we probably have the information we need. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. It's lying. If that were the real cause, you'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was... Are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? No, not that one. Okay. Let's try the lion. Isn't during practice. Let's look at the lion. Leon, 6 months ago you were attacked by the lion. And that's when you were injured. I know I'm on the right track, I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? And that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight. You had to fight it to save someone. There we go. But it was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. Suppose it was just a slip of his tongue on his part? That's how I figured it out. Slip of the tongue?
Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime.
Right. Cut down together. That's where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. Still haven't broken Acro's last psyche lock. No, it was someone's fault. It must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. You'd care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. Oh? What about this? Before you do, but you're wrong. What? It's clear you haven't come to grips with what's going on. There's no way I can backpedal away from this. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much. Oh, is it this person? Regina. Regina? You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe that she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina's incapable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Oh, jeez-ums. That's this one, right? It's the note. This... Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket.
I guess I noticed it when it was there around breakfast time. I always take Acro as breakfast in the morning.
He wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. That was so close to death. My legs were injured by Leon. Let's save this real quick. 6 months ago, my younger brother Bat had a dare with Regina.
A dare?
An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date.
That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous that is?
We all thought he was being stupid, too. But that line was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing.
And that's when the accident happened.
Just wanted to take her out to the movies.
Or Bat.
Leon chomped down. I jumped towards him. Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up.
What about Bat?
He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him.
I see. That's why he was at the hospital.
I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina.
Bat and Regina.
They were such great friends. Oh yeah, I want you to take a look at this.
What is it?
This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him.
Gross, it's covered in blood.
The scarf. It was a present from Regina. From Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, it looked like he was smiling. Leon, obviously.
Oh.
When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin.
Nick. I know, most of the same thing. What do you think it all means? We'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. I'm assuming this is, I would assume that it is Francesca von Karma. I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Miss von Karma, I've already heard everything, so hand over this scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served the summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office.
Yes, ma'am.
Now what do we do, Nick? How are we gonna handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it, I'll figure something out. Look at you all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. It's all beginning to come together now.
It is.
Part 4, Trial 1. December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties.
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Oh?
Regina?
How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end.
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to ya, Governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Tagging the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Why do they keep giving him milk? Oh my. Thanks.
So how are you today, right?
Well, I got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare.
All I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. Just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. She'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
It needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Interesting. December 30th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactic.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, without karma, you may proceed with your case.
Prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order, order. I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. Explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. And a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. But that's who it looked like.
You only saw him from behind.
To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the skies that night.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay, I need to think through this. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. It's after 10 p.m. Time of death was at 10:15. I mean, you said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you had turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains?
I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off but to buy some curtains.
Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Oh.
The witness will proceed with his testimony.
Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. That does not contradict this evidence. Okay, so that wasn't it. Around that time I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes.
And you said that you were resting in bed.
That is correct.
But you were still able to hear a sound from outside.
I was indeed.
This Echo doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. Is there a contradiction? Able to hear from outside, he's on the 3rd floor, resting in bed. I don't think there's a contradiction. I really don't think there's a contradiction is the problem. Something wrong.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. Till I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. saw someone flying right by my window. I only saw him from behind. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
See any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Once again, we still have the issue with the hat. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
He's right. Let's see some evidence.
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. You stand by that.
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult, considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before sinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
I don't think he's the real culprit. Jeezums. Acro was dreaming. Acro is the real culprit. I don't think he's the real culprit. Could he be? Maybe. Although perhaps he didn't mean to kill the ringmaster. He probably meant to kill someone else. Maybe it is this one. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Alright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's heart and mind. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
He is staying rather calm and collected. This freaking hummingbird is freaking poking me in the head.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Did Acro have an accomplice? Did Acro have an... Yes. The monkey. Potentially. The monkey. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
Not good, not good. This isn't going to end well.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. Wright. Seems like you won't be stopping at Acro, but only making other accusations. Acro didn't have... Things are not looking good for you.
I understand, Your Honor.
Let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice?
I can do it. I could say it's the monkey. Now, it could also be Mo. I'm not gonna lie. It could also be Mo. Right, because they have the same story. They're both in the room. They're doing all this stuff. Oh, those two also look kind of close, too.
You don't say.
Uh-oh, this is suddenly looking very bad.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? Did you hear that?
Oh? Foundation.
Yes, Mr. Wright. Indeed an accomplice.
Oh boy. I sure do not. I sure do not. Do I have anything here? I really don't.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor. Hold on, I'm just gonna load back. That's not right. Let's try this again. I may be wrong. I have a theory. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Pepper? That's what I figured. What happens if I say no?
Now, since this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order, order. What are you getting at?
Why do you keep them on their toes, Nick?
Yeah, I figured. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. I don't know how to do that, by the way. How to actually string it together? Bit by bit? I don't know.
Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix, right? If this witness is a killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. The crime was committed exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
Oh boy. I mean, he could be lying and not actually be wheelchair bound this entire time. That is a possibility. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
You say, Mr. Dingling.
That might have been right.
It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
someone has stated your assertion is impossible. As he's in a wheelchair, there's no way he could have go to the scene or be the killer.
You got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true.
Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
She like pulling up, like tugging up a bust. Oh, it is sparkly. It is sparkly. It's the bust that dropped onto him. Hold on. Does the bust have the hat? The bust does have the hat. And those cards would look like white roses. As it passed. But how would it pass by and then? I don't know. I still don't quite know. Unless it was set up like on a. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something to it. I feel like I'm so close to figuring it out. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? What's the next course of the Sleeker Buffet?
Careful, Nick. If you mess up here...
He's right. I can't mess up here. Gotta give this one some serious thought. I sure do. Sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in this room, no doubt about it.
Can you enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime?
I'm gonna try to present evidence. I'm gonna present some evidence.
What did Mr. Dingling use to commit the murder against Russell Berry?
I think he used this.
What's that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the items that's shown in the picture. The
bust?
It's quite a large bust. And because it's life-sized, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from the third-story window. Ah. You're so serious now, Acro. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Phrasing, Phoenix. Phrasing.
Order, order. They were saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster.
Rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would have been incredibly easy to commit.
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Well, Macro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, Macro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro! Ow.
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
But Karma. Just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
Defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingling, sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. More water. Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted the kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? That is, unless you put something inside it.
I have no doubts in regards to this witness testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to an even more severe injuries.
I was thinking, what's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Okay. Suppose I could have lifted something. A strong upper body. The muscle looking out the window would have been impossible. I exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. This is where I think that's not true, actually. Oh wow, I've actually made it all the way almost back to the bottom just from that. I think that's not true. I think he did know exactly where it was. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. You see, the hinting at things it's pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and the company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. It's true. Which means this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all their questions is now crystal clear. You mean?
The bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box.
There would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No.
Order, order, order. This is unbelievable.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward.
The next question I have is who placed the wooden box at the scene?
That I really don't know. Could have been Mo. I got this right, so I can just replace here. It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when they lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. Size of the box, the weight of the box, the contents of the box. Nothing? Do you recall what was inside the wooden box?
There's only a small amount of pepper, wasn't there?
You don't really. Well,
What's the matter? Got your
tongue? Can't got your tongue? I think I might have thought myself. Indeed. Most peculiar feature. Could be the size of the box. Size? The box was remarkable size. Size? Exactly. I think you could tell from the picture that wooden box was very large. Lifted up, one would have been required to squat.
Meaning I would have had to have known it. Meaning that one would have had to have taken it up in both arms, right?
Moreover, the box is quite heavy and weighs in the neighborhood of 20 pounds.
Well, it's also carrying handles on either side, isn't it?
That's correct. Lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means, no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Phew. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore?
I've heard what you've had to say.
I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place the wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would it have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? The monkey. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright explains that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. Gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all.
Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room?
I think it's the monkey.
A monkey?
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's wing.
So are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometime and read the court record. My, those are very nice cards he's holding. Yeah, so they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? Be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order, order, I said order. It's Von Carver. Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
That's a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. You mean this bust was the murder weapon? Purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods, and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it's entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron.
The Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow.
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. Yep. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Barry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Who was the murderer the clown saw? The bust. He saw Max's butt. Ow! I asked who was the person most saw on the scene. The evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Most of these saw Max's silhouette. He did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Momo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot. Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? Doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Wait a minute, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is the utmost important to this case, don't you agree?
Oh, he caught me. Yeah, sure did.
Tavern, Mr. Wright.
Who put the cloak on the bust? Well, I can think I know. I have a theory. I will probably be wrong, because I think what I'm describing would be even more out there even for this game.
Who? Him?
They're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Barry.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust.
Placed... And I think my theory was right. Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right?
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself.
Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? Fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Dun 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 dun. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance to the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took this chance and released the rope. And this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim. You... Wait just a second, there, Mr. Phoenix, right? As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet. What? Looks so stupid. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. The impact also caused the sound of a certain witnesser, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, clown. I also just realized the joke of Mo's name and why they keep saying Stoogie. I really needed it spelled out as Lawrence Mo Curls, because that would be Larry, Mo, and Curly would of course be the Three Stooges. I've somehow made it this far in these games. And sometimes I don't think I'm that bright. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in this wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window. We just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crimes. Acro. It could have only been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. Sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Do we need to? I feel like I did a pretty good job explaining it. Nick, they say they want evidence. Just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. There's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay, then use that and get out of this jam. Oh, what's his... Well, he said he saw his face.
Enough talking, Mr. Self-Proceed, Mr. Wright. That's some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I would hard prove that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case.
Oh, is it the hat? Is it the hat again? The hat is the... The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
The symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. The theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's.
sense. If you look at it that way, then you did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you got one. But what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction.
Remember what the ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there was no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that on the way. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? The cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust. It means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. White roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. And he said he saw his face.
Order, order. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. The right theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. And maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. They don't look impressed. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind?
What is it?
You took the time to research your circus, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. There's something making you think I didn't?
If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track.
Why is that?
Motive.
This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this.
Because he wasn't trying to kill the ringmaster. He was trying to kill Regina. Well, presumably. Unless the ringmaster actually did set that up.
Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now.
What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive,
Seems that this case isn't a real. Very well. However, I feel it's a good place to take a break. Listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Yeah. Okay. 2:17 p.m. Wow, we were in there for a long time. But I do think this is the final stage. I believe that he meant to kill Regina. Which is why he put it in Regina's pocket. And the ringmaster knew that and recognized it. Because Regina probably put pepper on the scarf that he gave and thought it would be a little practical joke. To make the lion sneeze, and then what happened she wasn't expecting. Because she's been so sheltered, and she didn't mean to. It was basically manslaughter instead of murder.
Can't believe it, Acro.
It's pretty shocking, isn't it?
Definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated?
Acro Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose?
He did. Psst, psst, come on. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey, pal.
Oh, hey, pal. Oh, that was Gumshoe. Gonna ignore me after I went all into this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Detective Gumshoe?
Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
Now, Detective. I'm sorry, look, why don't you relax a little? Unless Max put the thing on the scarf. Oh no. Well, that's another possibility. Did Max put the pepper on the scarf? And the ringmaster was willing to take the fall for Max because that was the only way that the circus was going to stay in business? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective?
Oh, well, if you insist.
How about that evidence you mentioned? What is it?
Here you go.
This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yup. I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis. We're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up till now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
Uh-huh. It reminds me. Got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided till the very end. That's it. That's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
What did he mean by that, the very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that.
Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me?
We're back. I don't know what the milk is for, other than he comes from a farm.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Akko's testimony, starting with his relationships to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Akko would have had to commit this crime.
Student, Mr. Dingley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask any questions you don't want the answer to. About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. And that's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
Such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? That's why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Might be my last chance to answer that question. I think the answer is there is no need to question him. That's correct, because he wasn't trying to kill the ringmaster. There's no need to cross-examine this witness.
What's that?
Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already.
Right, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
Just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
No, I can't provide one. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What?
It's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so full-heartedly foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of the witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster.
Yeah.
I think it was Regina. It was either Regina or Max, but I think it was Regina. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What?
Order! Better live, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's allowed in the face. Twice if you must. Alright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Yeah.
Regina Berry?
Young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong, that's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough, Mr. Wright, allow me to.
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof.
Well,
Because Acro was out to kill this young girl.
it could be that. Oh, because I don't have. Oh, I do have the scarf. Is it the scarf?
At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence.
Better not be a bluff. You're not going to.
You're not going to fool me, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
We're finishing each other's sentences now. Well. Okay. Is it the pepper then? Okay, that wasn't it. So that's a game over. I would have thought it was the pepper. Is it the note? Yes, it's the note that he placed in his pocket, yeah. Okay, I think I'm getting too far ahead. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat.
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
They're saying that he called Russell Berry with a note.
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry.
Order, Mr. Wright. It's no theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, I mean, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of a mistake, instead of Regina.
That's incredible.
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was.
I've got it. I thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly.
Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience?
She is, unfortunately. It's only going to get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina?
Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this lie. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes, what about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. There's this incident that is alluded to in the note.
The incident 6 months ago. Know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Mortal.
Are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is.
I can't answer that question. The judge is going to think I'm bluffing. Conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... it's Pepper.
Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence was what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? You claim Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper.
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
A foolish fool who never tries of his own foolish ways. Please. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
Unfortunately, it was Bat.
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
She did that to him.
You spent your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool. Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingley. "6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
Lion?
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in this position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her."
Yeah, it's not in her. That's the cruel irony of all of this. It was an accident. But even when something's an accident, doesn't mean there's no one at fault.
And then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. You think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
It was an accident. Sort of. It was an accident, but one of negligence.
I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm. Must have heard Miss Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it?
Instigating a lion to attack? Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed this was conclusive evidence.
Ugh. A small bottle of pepper. A lion. What's their connection? What's the matter, Nick? I figured it out. Wow, it was right in front of my nose the entire time. Literally, from pepper. Your Honor, wait.
What is it?
The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix, right? There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat.
That's just a scarf.
Acro. The scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
That's right.
And who is the one that gave the scarf to Bat?
Regina. Regina gave it to him.
Regina?
There's something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor.
What would that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident. She covered with this as much, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment?
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. Done a good job of fingering a criminal. Out of curiosity, what was her crime? Mary gave a pepper-covered scarf to the Bat as a present? Where's the crime in that?
It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix, right? Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, The lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Lion smile.
I've never heard of them smiling, however.
Lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What?
You fool!
You gotta be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object, for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix right, this theory, you believe it? Do you really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot.
Huh. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro. You don't mean. You can't mean. Witness.
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
His problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
A murder weapon.
The bust the defense claims was used. And that's where it to be found in Acro's room. And if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
Think, where's the bust? The bust.
Nick, you've got to do something.
It's the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. I could request to search Acro's room, but odds are it's not in there. But where is it? Might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but
Why aren't you gonna search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Karma total justice.
I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned.
Avon Karma never leaves anything to chance. We've already searched Akro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Akro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Akro directly to the prosecutor's office after that.
End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. Looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let the case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? Where is the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
Seems like this case is coming to a close. Your friends' counter-arguments left our phone short.
Thank you for your support.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end to the cross-examination of this witness.
Who said hold it? Did he say hold it? Or did... Where's Mac's bust? The fence needs time to repair to present its lace. I mean case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. You need time to what? You need to... Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. I really don't know, though. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well, the friends may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue.
I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
In the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through this is forward. The murder weapon? Where is Max's bust now? Oh, the courtroom's an interesting one. Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in the big top, somewhere in the courtroom. It could be here. But where would he be storing it? I mean, I've stored crazier stuff in my pockets in this game. Phoenix has. Could be in the lodging house. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously rare.
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. I don't know, dude. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this. Do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you're a big guy. You have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me it'd be really easy to hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she'd found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them.
Two of them?
Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search of my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust... obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of a court hiding the murder weapon, there's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. That makes sense now.
Can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
Uh-huh.
Definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
Seems we finally arrived at the truth. Back row.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Russellberry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
Acro.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. And that's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way.
And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper.
I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Her brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful.
So you're saying that you are a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered, giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
In such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again.
I believe that this case is never beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. This court is adjourned. This court is adjourned.
This Kurt is adjourned. There you have it. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Yeah, it was like...
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but only a Matt, and Max, a million of them.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever, and never be happy.
Huh?
He's been like this for a while now.
It's all my fault.
Sweetie pie.
Matt and Acro are never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro is gonna try and get his revenge on me?
I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You really sure? I can believe that?
Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh? Making me do this.
I want to know why you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge.
I don't know, man. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
But, Matt? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught. Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Till he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sure. Sorry about what happened.
So,
But whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up that contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
Ah, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. Staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I'll take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus in the world? The best circus the world has ever seen?
Don't laugh.
That's quite the goal.
yay, I can't wait.
And I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max,
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo,
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry.
Max, Nick,
Seems like everything's gonna turn out all right here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats.
See what made the case.
Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Edgeworth? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yep, he's back.
I knew he wasn't dead yet.
Episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, the end. Farewell, my turnabout. All right. And that is where we will end it for tonight. Thank you for joining me as we figured out the truth of this case. It's honestly quite touching. There's a really is a it really is there's a cruel irony to it. You lose your brother, and the person responsible doesn't even understand that what they did was wrong. They don't even understand, like, what do you do in that situation? Yeah. And it all boiled over, and especially if that's the person you see every day, and they're just so nice, and the nice is genuine, but it's not genuine from the place of understanding. It's genuine from a place of, like, they don't understand. That's gotta be really hard. But in that regard, we have gotten through case 3, Turnabout Big Top, and we are on to the next case. We'll probably take a break. I think I want to actually start. Next week is a little crazy, but I might try to do some streams early during the day. But I think I'm going to start Return of the Obra Dinn, because that's one I've wanted to play. I've heard really good things about. And I'll give us a little bit of a space before coming back to episode 4 of Justice for All. So with that being said, I hope you all have a good night or a good day wherever you may be. Whenever you're watching this, remember to stay hydrated, to eat some food, take your medicine, get some sleep, and take care of yourself the best that you can in this moment. Because that's all that really matters. So with that, good night and bye-bye.